not Yanda. I'm Jane Yanda's cousin, and I was just serving in the Peace Corps for the last 3 years.
Because she's legit.
Oh, in
Legit.
in the Gambia, West Africa.
There you go. Tell, like, or I'm going to show a map. Don't worry about it. I'll tell them where the Gambia is. Okay.
Okay.
So tell us about your different living situations and, like, where you were living, with who, with what type of families.
Okay, so I actually lived with three families. The first one was a training village family, and that was a huge family. One father, two wives, because it's polygamy, and then like 20 children. The second family is where I lived for pretty much 2.5 years, and that was a smaller family, but it was out in a really small rural village. No running water, no electricity, nobody really spoke English. It was all Wolof. I spoke English to the teachers at the school only, and I wasn't very close to any other volunteers. And then for my last 6 months, I like actually came back to the states and then went back again. For that last 6 months, I was living in an urban area, and I stayed in a really nice like apartment type thing with other Peace Corps volunteers, and so we each had our own mini apartment within they call it a compound.
Cool. Um, so tell us a little bit about, you said the one that you were in the longest had no like running water, electricity. So you, like, I was trying to tell them about your like sleeping situation, how you were on a concrete floor. Did y'all have concrete floors there in the longest time?
I mean, it was a dirt floor, and then like they put like a really thin layer of concrete on top of it, and then I had like a bamboo frame that I could sleep on, and then a little of foam, I don't know if you can tell, but like that thick of
Mm-hmm.
foam on top of it. But it was really just more comfortable to throw that on the ground and, and sleep on the ground
Mm-hmm.
with the mosquito net. Mosquito net was clutch.
How often did you get to use the internet or the phone or anything like that?
The phone was pretty good. The phone I could, if I charged it, in the village we could charge like as much as you wanted, but they just had a car charger or car battery hooked up to one solar panel, and then everybody would come and pay the guy like $5 their money to pay to charge their phone. So I could talk on the phone as much as I charged it, which was pretty frequently. But it was just like a really simple Nokia phone,
And you had like
and
you had like a card with minutes on it, right? Or
you would kind of like that. Yeah, you could either buy a card or you could like go to the little guys and like they would just send it to you. You would give them your phone number and the money, and then they would send it directly to you. They like had a whole system. Um, but internet was hard. I had to go all the way to the city, and then you pay to use the internet at an internet cafe, or like for my case, I would just go to the Peace Corps office and use it for free.
right. And then you told me a little bit about your diet and how there wasn't a whole lot of protein. To like, can you tell us how often you ate any kind of protein during the week, during the month, stuff like that?
During the week, I mean, we got our protein from peanuts, ground nuts. We would like grind up the ground nuts and eat it on almost anything. Sometimes beans, but typically like meat. That only happened at the big celebrations, or like if there was a naming ceremony or a wedding or some special occasion. So that would happen every couple of months, really.
And then tell us about like your occupation with the Peace Corps, like what you were doing there.
So I was a teacher trainer. I worked at originally, like in my first 2.5 years, I worked at one primary school in Jalokunda, which is the village where I lived. And I worked with 11 teachers and trained them. Like I would do observations and model teaching, and then do little workshops to improve teaching methods. And it was all just to like improve the quality of education. I would do like things where I would go to different schools nearby and help those teachers also. I would do like that was our primary project. Then secondary projects, I did like soccer stuff and mural painting and just like working with kids outside. So teacher trainer was